Hello there, fellow bookish beings. It's Jessica, and today's vlog is all about Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood. I have high expectations in this book because the three books I've read so far from her were amazing. But perhaps it's precisely because of this high expectation that the book fell short for me. Let me tell you about it. And ooh, I went apple picking as well, which was another exciting thing I'll feature in the vlog. So, Cat's Eye explores the quiet, sharp, complicated nuances of female childhood friendships, the moments hidden between laughter and games. We follow Elaine, a successful painter who returns to Toronto for a retrospective of her work. That homecoming then triggers memories of her childhood, moving to the city and meeting Grace, Carol, and Cordelia. So if we put this in Mean Girls context, Cordelia is Regina George, Grace is Karen, Carol is Gretchen, and Elaine is Katie. Except that Atwood makes it darker, more intimate, and really more psychological. The cruel acts started small. Cold shoulders, little judgments whenever Elaine does something Cordelia deems wrong. But slowly it becomes like actual cruelty, manipulation, isolation, shame, until eventually Elaine begins hurting herself physically just to cope with her situation. I think adults forget that when little girls are cruel, they don't feel small at all. They loom as large and powerful as grown ups. I myself have always struggled within girl groups. I've never really quite knew the right thing to say or the right way to be. And friendships often felt like a tightrope that I just can't steady myself on. Well, couldn't really is the right tense. Elaine's story captured that feeling so precisely. The yearning to belong paired with that constant fear of misstepping and eventually falling.
Hello. Blooming even in fall, are we? You guys are so pretty. Aww.
Don't get me wrong, I have good, wonderful friendships. I have a wonderful support system in the Philippines. But when I moved to France, it was like a reset of everything. I had to figure out again how to make friends. And I thought that I found my next best friend during my master's program in Bordeaux. For a while, it really felt like I did. We really hit it off. I thought she was getting me until suddenly she pulled away. I felt that it was because I wasn't cool enough for the group that she wanted us to be in. I couldn't really go to cafes and bars as often as they did because budgeting and stuff. And sometimes I am terribly awkward. Eventually, I guess the inconvenience outweighed the friendship. And I was back again in that feeling of what's wrong with me? And so when another friend tried to reach out to me after that, I pushed her away. Not because she did anything wrong, but because I was just scared of repeating the same cycle and feeling left out. But when I moved to Paris, things slowly started to shift. People came into my life who saw me for who I am. not for how much I could spend or how often I could go out. People who really listened to what I had to say, who understood and stayed.
Do you want a pumpkin hook?
Even now, I have moments of
So cool.
insecurity, wondering if I'm saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, not keeping up. But Cat's Eye reminded me that real friends don't need
Is
you
this
to
a
mold yourself,
meerkat?
they meet you where you are.
Life of Pi. Reminds me of the cover of Running of Mona a lot. The poison apple. Oh god.
Anyway,
Poison
back to the
apple.
book. Everything flips when the girls enter high school. Elaine becomes the popular one, and Cordelia's power slowly wanes. But even as an adult and a renowned artist, Elaine carried those early wounds everywhere in her choices, even in her relationships with men, and especially in her paintings.
Look at these tiny apples. They're so cute. So precious. A one bite sized apple. Oh my gosh, a literally bite sized apple. Okay, this one I think is ripe enough. Ooh, okay. So cute. Oh,
But here's where the book disappointed me. With all of that slow building tension and years of unresolved pain, I expected some sort of reckoning, some sort of confrontation between Lane and Cordelia. A really powerful emotional climax that would tie in everything. Instead, it ends quietly and almost abruptly. Elaine returns to the place where her trauma peaked, and then the story just concludes from there. It felt really unfinished to me, especially compared to Atwood's masterpieces that I really, really adore. Still, the themes, the psychology of girlhood cruelty, or the lifelong weight of childhood trauma, they were incredibly compelling. It's just that the ending didn't give me the catharsis that I was hoping for. So, yeah, that was Cat's Eye. Complex and beautifully written, but ultimately not one of my best Atwood books. If you've read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Specifically, if the ending worked for you. Maybe it has a different interpretation for everyone. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next book.